Hi, welcome to CreationGuys-exposed.com. I'm Tom. Thanks for watching this video. Today we're going to have a look at the first video from Creation Guys. If you haven't seen this video before, please stop this one and watch theirs first. If you're on my site, I've put it just below this video. Okay, here we go.
Cool episodes, man. Wait till you see what is coming. It's going to blow your mind. Yeah.
It is going to blow your mind. Yeah, no kidding. Okay, now here they talk about the National Centre for Science Education, or NCSE, and I've never heard anyone whinge about semantics so much.
Today we're going to be talking about expelled and some of the controversy that's kind of wrapped around this, and some of that controversy is coming from an organization that you kind of have a history with.
The National Center for Science Education, and because they're the National Center for Science Education, happen to be in a storefront, and they only have a presence in one state. But anyway, they're the National Center, so
they're really hitting this hot and heavy.
they have a huge team of, like, probably 5 people.
Well, the National Centre for Science Education operate throughout the nation of the United States of America, so of course they call themselves the National Centre for Science Education. Now, follow this up with the hypocrisy where Eric Hovind and Jonathan Sampson say they sent some of their staff.
Here's the deal. And we haven't gotten to see the movie, but we talked to a couple of people that we sent down to Tampa.
Yeah, some of your staff went down.
Exactly. So we sent some staff down to Tampa to preview the movie. They're telling us, man, it's taking evolution out. It's showing evolution for what it really is.
Okay, Eric comes up with a tactic that just wins any debate.
Your shirt is, you wore this today. I was kind of hoping you would, because your shirt kind of tells it like it is. The front says evolution, and maybe we can swing around and show the back. Oh, yeah. It says, what a bunch of crap.
You heard it here, guys. Eric Hovind has a t-shirt that says evolution, what a bunch of crap written on it. Now, that's a rational way of winning a debate. Fantastic. Okay, now this part coming up is interesting because they have a go at a Dig article. Now, Dig is all very well and good, but it's not the first thing you have a go at. Anyway, here it is.
So we're on Dig today, which is Kevin Rose's social news media site, and I see this article, Science Teacher Fired for Not Teaching Creationism.
Now, you do have to kind of congratulate them here because the Dig article's title, yes, it's wrong. The teacher was expelled not for not teaching creationism, but for promoting evolution.
You can read the memorandum. The actual memorandum, why the woman was fired, has nothing to do with not teaching creation. It's there. It's right here.
Yeah, and again, you need to congratulate Jonathan Sampson here because he has done his homework. Unfortunately, he's done what a lot of creationists do, which is just stop reading when you are satisfied yourself. If you carry on reading, you'll see that the teacher in case, Chris Comer, sent an email out advising people that there was a lecture by Barbara Forrest entitled Inside Creationism's Trojan Horse. Now, that lecture was anti-creationism and therefore pro-science. So the teacher was fired for promoting a science lecture. That's it. Okay, this next bit is very interesting. They talk about a Time magazine article. I don't know what the article is because they don't tell you what it is. But they don't have a go at the science in the article or any of the content. They have a go at an analogy. Check this out.
Time magazine, is it Time? Yeah, Time with CNN. They're like, hey, we're going to relate a fishnet is made up of a lot more holes than strings. But you can't therefore argue that the net doesn't exist. Just ask the fish. And so they're saying, hey, evolution may have a lot of holes in it. Okay, we'll admit it, but it's still there. It's still happening just because it has holes. So they're relating evolution to a
Fishnet.
A fishnet?
They're saying the holes in evolution are comparable to a fishnet holes. What's the difference here?
Wait a minute. I may be mistaken, but don't you have to have the holes in the net in order to catch the fish?
Or it doesn't work.
Right.
You pull up a bunch of water.
So, then that's heavy.
Yeah.
Depending on how big the net is. Or the tarp, I guess you'd call it.
Oh, it's so frustrating for us, man, because whenever we deal with this, unfortunately, creationists are always kind of characterized for being stupid and illogical, and then we have to put up with this crap.
Yeah.
The guy doesn't, you can't make a simple comparison between. I need to get that clip to put on the video. But this is ridiculous. I mean, they can't even make a logical argument. And this is Time Magazine.
Yeah.
Time Magazine.
Now, okay, this just blows my mind. Eric Hovind says that you cannot put a fish in a net without holes. Well, in common parlance, a net without any holes is in fact a bag. So let's get this straight. Eric Hovind says you cannot put a fish in a bag.
What's the difference here?
Wait a minute. I may be mistaken, but don't you have to have the holes in the net in order to catch the fish?
Or it doesn't work.
Right.
Okay, here is a net. This isn't a fish because I'm filming this in my bedroom and I don't want it to stink of fish, so I'm going to use an onion. So, net, fish, ta-da! And now, bag, fish, easy, eh? Demonstratable, science.
Yeah. We've mentioned this video a couple of times. What is expelled?
Expelled, Ben Stein goes through and talks to professors that have really been, not like Chris, really been either expelled, demoted, lost tenure professors that have lost tenure just because they questioned Darwinian evolution.
Okay, I could go on about expelled for a long time, but I'm not going to. So just check out expelledexposed.com.
You know, in closing, you'll hear a lot of people say, and if you go back and watch the video about the woman who aspired, she'll say, you know, she can't let creationism, as they put it, have equal time because creationists want to get rid of science. We talked about this. We do kind of weekly, you know, studies on the philosophy of science class, and he talks about how, you know, there are so many people out there who think that creationists would send us back to the Dark Ages.
Creationists would have us back to the Dark Ages. They want to include the supernatural in science, and the supernatural has no place within science. Why are you ill? God doesn't like you. Why can you not fly? God doesn't want you to fly. It's nonsense. It's useless.
Matter of fact, I challenge you. Give us one positive thing, one thing that evolution has done to help science.
Well, its major use is that it explains the diversity of organisms on this planet. Okay, you don't need to know that. At the time, they didn't need to go to the moon. There was no immediate implications for it. But of course, now we have space travel, we have satellites, we have global communication. And evolution, in fact, already has had benefits. The main one, the most direct one, is the development of new vaccines. You can use the laws of evolution to predict how bacteria and other pathogens are going to evolve, and you can then make vaccines for them before the bacteria even appear. Now that is a direct use for evolution. There's a second one which is called genetic programming, but it's far too complicated, so look up genetic programming if you want to. Okay, and now they have their closing credits.
We don't have any closing music.
I know what our closing music needs to be. What? To the dick, to the doc, to the PhD.
I'm a PhD. That's my PhD. Smarter than you. I'm
Science degree.
Creation guys.
Later.
Yes, nice little rap about PhDs there. PhDs, eh? Would they be talking about Kent Hovind's PhD? Kent Hovind's PhD, which was not in biology or anything to do with biology, but more importantly was from a non-accredited university, which makes it academically worthless. If you've got a PhD from a non-accredited university, you might as well have a PhD from your local convenience store or furniture warehouse or even supermarket. They're all non-accredited universities too. In fact, this is a common tactic of creationists to argue from brackets false authority, and it's something I'll be covering in a future video entitled The Tactics of Creationists. But for now, that's it. So keep it real and keep checking out CreationGuys-exposed.com. Thanks for watching. Net, onion.